everyone, it's been ages since I've actually filmed on this camera. I'm not filming on my phone, I'm actually on my camera. I filmed on it for about 3 weeks maybe, I don't know, and then I got my phone back and I've not used it since because I've just used my phone. But at the moment I don't really want to be on camera, but today I thought I'm going to film myself just to carry on documenting me and my life and things like that, but I won't necessarily put it on my YouTube channel. Obviously if you're watching this on YouTube then I have put it up, but I just wanted to have the option of having something to put up if I do decide to continue with this channel. At the moment I'm really struggling with how I'm feeling physically and mentally, as you'll know because I've been talking about it, but in those videos you can't see me because I don't really want to be on camera, and I know I'm filming myself now, but this may never go on the internet, but it might do. But I just wanted to have that option there. And I know it's contradictory that I don't want to be on camera, but I am filming myself and this may go up, but I just wanted to have the option there in the future. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm not going to upload after the 1st of July, but that's not indefinite, that's just for the time being. So I might not upload for a day or a week or a month, like I don't know, I'm not decided. But the main thing is I'm struggling with it because of how I'm feeling. It's not my priority, I guess you could say, or it's not necessarily what I want to do 100%, because you know I've done it every day since something like the 18th or 20th of October, and I've got a video up every day no matter how ill I've been or how down I've felt, or when I've been in hospital, like I've got a video up every day. And like even when I'm filming this now, I've literally got videos scheduled till the 1st of June, and I think it's the 20th today. And then I've already got 4 more together, but I'm not going to put them up because of my second visit to hospital videos, which you'll understand if you've watched them because they'll be up by now. But I didn't want them to put them up 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I wanted to like put one up, have a break for 5 days and put 5 days of other footage up, put one up, maybe have 3 days. Like I didn't want them to be 4 continuous days. So at the moment I'm uploading clips and still filming, so I have footage to go up in between those videos, because I just don't think it'd be very interesting putting 4 videos up in a row when I'm talking about my illnesses and being in hospital. But that's just my personal opinion on it. I filmed for about half an hour last night and I was so ill last night, and I'm actually still quite ill today, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But last night my temperature was so high, and I've noticed because last week when it was really high I did like a 20 or 30 minute video because I was so out of it with the temperature, and last night I had the temperature and I rambled on for 30 minutes and I do not have a clue what I talked about. I know I talked about feeling ill and something about my dad taking my car without my permission, but that is all I remember, and that's how ill I actually feel. So I don't know if I'm going to use all the footage from that or the other one I filmed, or if I'm going to put it up at all, because I know especially the one last week my temperature was so high. I probably just talked crap because I was so distressed with the temperature being so high. I think temperatures are the worst thing ever as far as I'm concerned anyway. Like literally I feel my worst when I have a high temperature, and my temperature is quite high at the moment as well. I've got like a flu viral thing going on, but I also have symptoms of something else, and I'm not going to reveal what is wrong with me, but I do have something wrong with me, and I was meant to have an operation, but I've refused the operation, and I got told that I could develop something else from what I have, and based on some of the symptoms I've got, and like when I was reading up about it last night, I'm 90% sure I have this thing. This thing could kill me, and I was warned that. I think Because I said to my doctor, I'm sure they're trying to scare me. She went, no, actually it could kill you. And they're just telling you that's how serious it is. And when I saw her, literally the next day, because I saw her on Wednesday, literally Thursday I woke up so ill. And I was ill Friday as well. Oh no, I saw Thursday. Yeah, I saw Thursday, and then yesterday I woke up really ill. And today I woke up really ill, but the reason why I don't feel as ill right now is because I made a perfect comfort food meal, which was meatballs with lots of garlic, because I make the sauce myself, but I buy the meatballs and I put tons of garlic in it. And I had it, and I'd separated it, so I had like a main meal and then a smaller meal for later on. But I enjoyed the main meal so much, I literally went and got the rest of it and had that as well. So now I'm going to have to have something else later on, but it was so warming and it was just like the perfect comfort food and like what I needed, because I literally feel like 15-20% better just from that meal. But I know when the effects of the meal wears off, I'll probably start feeling crap again. But I'm also drinking an orange Lucozade, and that helps me feel a little bit better, because yesterday when I had one, I felt a little bit better for a couple of hours and then it wore off, and then I was too ill to go to the shop last night. And then there was this whole incident with a moth, which you will seen in a video, because I did film about this moth scaring me, and I was trapped in my room for a couple of hours. So by the time I braved leaving my room, obviously I couldn't go to the shop because it was like midnight or something like that. So I feel like I'm going to go and get another Lucozade in an hour or so, and some painkillers, because I've actually didn't get any when I went to the supermarket earlier on. I just want to film, but not with the purpose of putting it up. I think I will put some of it up at some point, but I don't know when. Like I keep saying, I'm going to stop the videos on the 1st of July, and that is the intention, but the 1st of July is about 6 weeks away now, and a lot can happen in 6 weeks, a lot can change in 6 weeks, a lot could be different in 6 weeks. I didn't even have a plan for this channel. Like, I started this channel last April to document my life, as you've seen in the original video that I posted, and also my update videos that have gone up in April and May. The last one went up today, actually, the 20th of May. And I just did the channel to document my life and what I was doing and my improvements, because I was suffering a lot with anxiety and low confidence, and put myself in a job that tested me to my limits, because not only were the people that I was working for very difficult to work for, but I was having to serve people when I had zero confidence and really bad anxiety. And I was getting better, and I thought, well, I'll start a YouTube channel to kind of document that, me getting better, but also having a life and doing things, and hopefully showing others who have anxiety and other issues that if you do push yourself and put yourself in situations you don't necessarily want to be in, and that you find difficult, that it sometimes is the best thing for you. I mean, sometimes it's the worst thing for you, and in a way it was the worst thing for me, because yes, it did help with my anxiety and other things, but it's now put me in a lot of positions that I shouldn't be in because of things that happened to me and situations that I was in at the time. But that's why I started this channel, just to show that you can get better from things. And you know, at the moment, because of how I'm feeling, I find that hard to relate to, even though I've shown people about anxiety and things like that, and that you can get better. But when I originally started filming for this channel, I wasn't necessarily showing my improvement. I was just trying to show my day-to-day life, and they're really awkward, those videos. Like, they're still on the channel, you can look back at them. I wasn't as talkative as I am now, and I don't know, it just, I feel like I'm more confident now than I was then, and I just couldn't keep up with it, because as I've said in so many videos now, my broadband is so horrific that it takes hours upon hours and hours and hours and hours to upload things. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to have to stop as well, is because if I do a minute clip on my phone, that's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to upload. If I do 30 a day, I can't use my phone for all that time while they're uploading. So that's why I started to do like the 10-minute long ones on the iPad, because I don't use the iPad at all other than for uploading on. So I can just plug it in and then walk away whilst it spends hours and hours uploading, and that's fine. And it's like I'm filming on this now. I can just put them onto my laptop and they will take hours to upload, but I can walk off and do other things. Yes, it'll stop me from using the internet for the majority of the day, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So it is like a bit bittersweet, because as I said, I didn't know where I was going to go with this channel. I stopped posting on this channel last July because of everything that was going on, and I just couldn't get the clips up, and then the clips that I'd got up I just couldn't edit, and I ended up deleting a ton of them, which I kind of wish I hadn't, because now it would be nice to look back on. And I know, well, there's some I couldn't put up because my ex was in some of them, but I wish I hadn't deleted them. But it just got to the point where it was so overwhelming, I deleted a load. And then obviously in October there was a lot going on, September, October, and I was severely depressed, and literally I was led on this sofa basically non-stop for about 2.5, 3 weeks, and I was crying all day, and my dad was worried about me, and it was horrible, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. And then I thought, I'm going to have to try and do something, but I couldn't go out the house because I didn't want to talk to anyone. So somehow I came to the idea of posting on here, and I can't remember if it was my intention to post every day, but it became every day. Straight away it literally became every day, and I found it hard to keep up with at first, because obviously I was posting it straight away, but I was having to spend hours and hours and hours every day uploading from my phone, and it became a little bit a nightmare. But then I had 2 phones because I got my new phone, and then I had my second phone, so that I was filming on my newer phone because it's just a better quality, and whilst it was uploading on that, I could use my other phone for internet. Even though there's no SIM card on it, I could just go on it. And I currently don't have that other phone. Other people have it, and I've been asking it for it back for a long time because it's mine. So if I got that back, it would make my uploading life easier, and it would have probably made my decision different about stopping in July. But I don't know, like, I'm struggling, like I'm really struggling, and I feel like I do need to stop for a while, but at the same time I don't want to let go. So it's like, it is hard. Like last week when I was really ill, I was like, oh god, I don't even know if I'm going to get to July, because I was so physically unwell with what I was in hospital with. And now I have this, like, it feels like a flu virus thing, but also I have other symptoms that relate to this other thing that I've been told I probably will end up with, and I feel like I do have it. And I know a lot of these symptoms are probably related to that, but just imagine feeling like you've got like a flu thing and you feel absolutely exhausted on top of an existing illness and potentially having another illness. That's how I feel, and like days like this I'm like, no, I can't carry on. But I know I've got enough footage to get me to maybe the middle of June, and then I think, well, I've only got 2 more weeks worth of footage to film and get together, and then I've got to July. But I know what I'm like, I'll get to July and I'll be like, oh, I can carry on. But I just feel like I'm just talking about the same things, and it's not necessarily that I'm talking about the same things, it's just like, I know I am, but it's like, I've said it all. I don't need to keep saying it. I'm down. I'm in a horrible place, but physically my health is bad, and because my physical health is bad, it's affecting my mental health. And when you're mentally ill, fair enough, I can film. But when I've got both together, I don't want to particularly be on camera. And I've got both at the moment, and the fact that I'm having to get a video up every day isn't easy. Like, I know I'm ahead and I know I've got enough footage and more to upload to keep me going, but I don't necessarily want to have to sit 2-3 times a month and edit for 3, 4, 5 hours a time. Because when I first started this, I was editing every day and I was like editing 1 or 2, and then that was fine, and the rest of the time I was uploading. But now it's just like, I can't be bothered. And I know a lot of that's to do with my depression, and when you're depressed you don't want to do anything, and then I'll feel like, well, if I'm stopping myself from doing that, what am I going to do instead? That's how it literally feels to me. But I don't know, I'm not explaining this very well. I feel like I'm going around in circles. I just feel like I don't really have much left to say anymore at the moment, because my life's basically the same every day. I mean, it literally is, and at the moment, oh god, I'm getting chest pain. At the moment, a certain group of people are leaving me alone because I'm ill. And like, they've left me alone for about 2 weeks now, because I've been out of hospital just over 2 weeks. And it's an amazing feeling. Like, I've been left alone. I can get on with my life. There's no one ringing me up every day. There's no one pressurising me. There's no one doing this, that and the other. And I'm not saying they're all pressurising me, but I felt under constant pressure, and it was like making things worse for me. And then this new DI comes along and he's like, we're trying to help you. And at first I didn't know what to think, and then I believed it. And the other DI that's always been involved, like, he was ringing me a lot, and I didn't know what to think at the time, because like, I'm not getting into it because it is personal and I'm not putting it on the internet, but I didn't know what to think about a lot of things. And you know, this new DI was like, we're trying to help you, and I'm like, I didn't know what to think. And then, like I said, and this other DI was like, oh god. Ringing me, like, it got to like he was ringing me a couple of times a week, and that was fine. Didn't bother me at all. Like, he's the only person I've never talked about in videos, and I'm not going to. Like, that's as far as I'm going to say. It's fine. I don't have a problem with him at all. I trust the decisions that he's making regarding me now. That's basically all I'm going to comment on about him, because whatever he and I talk about or have talked about, I'm not going to repeat. I mean, it's up to him if he tells half the police station. That's up to him, but as far as I'm concerned, our conversations are between me and him. I'm not going to come on here and go blah blah blah, this is what was said, because I'm not. I know I've talked about things other people have said to me, but I've had totally different dealings with, or communications or whatever with them, and you know, they've not all necessarily been professional, where he has been with me. But I have learnt a lot as well from him and the other DI and the DC, who I'm currently not allowed to talk to, and I've not been allowed to talk to for a while, basically because of what she was doing. But I have took on board a lot of what they've said, and sometimes, like I've mentioned this in a video a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about this channel and not carrying on and whatever. Sometimes, like, people will give me advice and it doesn't always click in my head. Like, sometimes it'd be weeks or even months later, it'd be like that, someone's just gone like that, and be like, oh yeah, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, like, and then it'll make sense, and then I'll like be like, oh, and they'll probably think she's not listened to this advice we're giving her, but it's not that I've not listened, it's just like sometimes I'm so stressed out it doesn't click in my head for a long time afterwards. But obviously they don't want me to be doing this channel, and they've said they can't stop me, and I'm not doing anything illegal, because I'm not, I'm just talking about life. But you know, they're saying I'm saying too much, and maybe I am, and maybe I have done in the past, but it's so easy to do because I'm literally sat here looking at a camera talking, and that is it. Like, it's not like I've got a room full of people here and I'm telling them. I'm talking to a camera, then I'm putting it on YouTube. Half the time I don't realise what I've said, because when I'm editing it I don't really pay any much attention. It's just on screen going past. Now and then I'll pick something up and I'm like, oh yeah, and take that out. But for the most part, everything I say literally goes online, and then I'm like told, like, you've put such and such on. I'm like, did I say that? Like, I don't know what I'm saying. And that's one of the reasons, like, I need to probably step back from this channel a little bit and maybe not talk as openly. And I think a lot of the things is because, like, they've like, why do you talk about this and talk about that? It's because I've got no one else to talk to about these things, that I just film myself, and that's my way of talking about it. So obviously I need someone in my life to discuss these things with.